ship, and I gotta drop the @Yosh, and I gotta drop the @Shinob, and then I gotta drop the @ for you.
My name specifically? Not even my Twitch link, just
There
my
you go.
tag.
Just your name. Yeah, just your name. There it is.
All right, there we go.
Your birth name.
Hey, we're getting in here. We're going speed
So,
run.
for context for everyone at home, I know this is a weird going to take we're going to be doing, but I had to fight tooth and nail to actually get this incredibly short VOD that we're going to be uploading. Because Ninja's a little bitch and wanted to just start the sequel right now without finishing
I wanted to finish this one. The question was whether or not we do all the bad endings.
But I don't want to. No, what you wanted to do originally, the very initial inception was you wanted to go to Zero Time Dilemma, wait to see all the bad endings in that game, or like finish that game. Then we were going to stitch all the bad endings together and the ending of this. This was going to be the last episode in the series.
I wanted this one to be done before that. That was. I wanted to do the bad endings together in like one swoop of both games.
I don't believe that.
That is deep in my soul.
Either way, we're recording this and the first part of Zero Time Dilemma at the same time. Get ready for it. Have fun.
To be used and then gotten rid of. Still, it's not like we're completely resentful. We had to be here to help change the past. That part's easy to understand.
Yep.
Is the game only? Is that normal?
No.
But kinda sucks though.
Why is it not?
Are we just gonna? Is he just gonna deal with this, or Alice? Can you back up a little bit? No need to whisper into my ear.
They're both whispering into the same ear.
Personal space. It's a part of her secret.
Oh, good. Now it's broken. Line in. Yeah.
Yikes. Okay, to be fair, I already see what they're going for. Sigma and Phi do have it easy. They're going back into the past and seeing what they missed. Imagine how fucked these two are. Alice and Clover, they are so fucked right now. They got jumped like 60 years into the future into a world they don't even recognize. Welcome to the plot of Lisa. Decently ass close.
They might also cease to exist. We don't know how the timeline theory in this works.
No, we do. He just talked about it. Like,
do we know for sure?
Not Junpei. Yes.
Do we know for sure that we're working in multiverse theory? Because you can't observe that from within your own universe.
Well, at the end of the day, we're still here now, aren't we?
Yes, but what if that is because this is the time where
at the end of the day, they're still fucked. No matter what's going on, either their timeline is being rendered from existence and none of what they did fucking matters, or they're stuck
they get to
here.
Go back
so
to
there's no happy ending
in 2028. They'll stop the Radical Six and save the world, and then they'll have a nice, normal future to look forward to. In other words, they get to go back to point E and just enjoy history like it was supposed to happen.
I'm very glad that everyone, namely Scion, appreciates my arrogant. It's one of the that is the greatest emote to have ever existed, and I will not let it not be in my Discord. We're stuck with point C
as our starting point. You told us about Tenmyoji's story, right? The one with the motorcycles? It would be like if Alice and I were kidnapped right before the intersection. Then whoever grabbed us takes us to wherever the bikers are going, 10,000 miles to the northwest. Don't get us wrong. We know why we had to be here. Without us, S's consciousness wouldn't have been able to go back to right before the intersection. If that couldn't happen, then the fate of those 90 dead bikers would be sealed. But...
yeah.
It's still not the best situation for those of us left in the Northwest. We're stuck in the reality where the 90 bikers died. Are we just supposed to go live on Earth? It's a wasteland now. And what about our friends and families? We left a whole world behind 45 years ago.
A whole lot of people died. You ever wonder why Snake
Well-
couldn't respond?
Well, Clover, here's the thing. You're not going to really have to worry about your families, because they're probably dead, statistically speaking.
Even if it is for the greater good?
Yikes.
It just doesn't seem fair.
Poor
Statistically
Snake,
reduced
0.7.
to atoms.
Yeah, it's a little bit much.
Because, like, didn't it turn out that most of the deaths aren't actually from Radical 6 itself, but instead
Yeah,
the fact
the
that the
result
Radical
of the
6
explosion.
people just blew up, like, 18 antimatter reactors at the same time?
Oops. Sorry. The world's on fire
Was-
now.
It's called a bit. I feel great sadness, and the only way to avoid that is to joke about it.
So we went and talked to the old
Yeah,
lady.
it's a coping mechanism. Why do you think after
She
most of
told
the
us
sad
that there
moments,
is
even the
one way.
fucking one with Luna, I immediately started
One way we
cracking
could
wise.
get back to the past.
I was the one voice acting that shit. I told you I got
Let's
a
say
little
you do go
misty-eyed.
back to the past.
I can't get misty-eyed.
Wouldn't that
He
cause
can't-
your
he
minds to
hasn't
get
felt
thrown back
empathy
here?
in 18
No,
years.
I only feel empathy. My own sadness doesn't exist.
That seemed to be how Sigma and Phi's jumps worked, at least.
I'm broken.
I'm trying to hear the video TV.
Yes, you're right.
But this is different.
Different. How so?
From what she said, it sounds like
They
there's
went
a way
to
we
Tony
can
Hawk
send
to make
our bodies
Radical
back in
6,
time
thinking
too.
that he would think it would need to be a skateboard trick, but actually he made a... Oops,
Man, I don't
made
remember
a-
when Kanji got in this game. This is kind of a weird plot progression.
Made a super virus that kills the entire world.
That's ridiculous.
You forgot about Kyle.
It would
Everyone
create
forgot
a
about Kyle.
paradox. How could you have two Clovers and two Alices at the same time?
But that wouldn't happen.
Akane says there's a way around that.
How on earth does she plan to do that?
Schrodinger's?
Cat.
What?
Oh, hey, Kyle.
Okay, bye. All right. You're still
Figured
here,
you'd
by
come
the
here
way. She
eventually.
hasn't jumped.
Where's Dr. Klein?
Couldn't this be the one of her post jump? Because doesn't...
We actually don't know if she's jumped yet.
Yeah.
Luna said you
'Cause,
were
I mean,
with him.
we jumped. We haven't seen her jump.
He said he was tired, so he's off resting right now. There's
I mean,
a bedroom
okay,
at the end of the
fair.
hallway.
He should be tired.
He's in there if you're curious. Oh, right. He told me to turn
Sigma
on this
wasn't voice
hologram
acted to keep
projector
the
thing
fact
when
that he
you
was old
showed
a
up.
secret.
Yeah. Also, when he broke out that fucking buttery smooth coffee shop owner voice, we would all know. Everything
When
would
all
have
of a
become
sudden
clear.
Sojiro starts talking, we're
Want me
gonna
to
start
start it?
asking some questions.
Sure.
Glad to see you. There isn't anything in particular that I have to tell you. However, I imagine there are a great number of things weighing on your mind. I'd love to answer all your questions, but unfortunately, my circumstances make that an impossibility.
Isn't this
I
the
hope
same
you can
thing?
Forgive me.
Yes.
Everything I know, Phi should also know.
Oh.
Oh, no, it's not.
I have instructed her to answer any questions anyone might have. Anyone other than Kyle, that is.
Go get fucked.
But does it scream
What does he
22
mean,
years
other than
old?
Kyle?
Who knows? Is there anything you want to ask?
Oh, right, well, I guess I may as well cut to the chase. Just who are you, Phi?
I'm not Superman, that's for sure. And I'm not Batman or Spider-Man or Aquaman or a merman
Swear to
or a
God,
wolfman.
Phi, I swear to God.
It's really good to get these out of the way, because we know not what we can't have Phi do. Like, if we need her to tear a person limb from limb, probably can't do it, as she is not a wolf man.
I'm not a Brahmin or common or ramen. I'm not a Cayman either, so you really don't need to worry about anything.
Please don't dodge the question. About 5 hours ago, Akane attacked you with a knife. That triggered something which sent your mind back to the past, correct? Specifically, you were sent to Point D, April 13th, 2029. On that date, your body was already in Akane's custody. Although by then you were in cold sleep. You wouldn't have regained consciousness, but your mind was now inhabiting that body. That pod was your home for 45 years.
So, like, my question is, like, part of the whole thing is, like, we needed the 45 years to train additionally, right?
No.
Because, like, we need to mature in order to go back fully. Because otherwise, why didn't they just send us back originally, right?
I think maybe there's, like, an upper limit, because the amount of time... Wait.
I guess this way it sets up a time loop if we fail. Where if we
I think that's the main thing. Is
fail,
it's like
it
a
loops
safety
forever.
precaution. Yeah.
But even beyond that,
maybe Phi is the way to break the loop.
One branch loops no matter what.
What I was gonna say, maybe that's what Phi's here for. Maybe she breaks the loop. We don't really know what her deal is.
You slept there, frozen.
Yeah,
until
but
the time was right.
Because if he failed, he'll fail no matter what.
Then
you
on
can't
January
stop
25th, 2074, you were finally thawed out.
Well, technically,
even though you didn't wake up.
We don't know that. It's all about choices, right? So as long as he is infinitely looping his own consciousness, basically, without knowing it, he can
Phi's
make
real
different
name
choices.
is Continue, yes.
Still unconscious, you were carried to the AB room. That was when your consciousness changed bodies again. A version of you from December 25th, 2028 arrived, pushing you out, and sending you back to December 25th, 2028. This is when you finally woke up. In 2028, you found and joined forces with Sigma, whose older mind was inhabiting his younger body. Together, you attempted to infiltrate the Mars mission test facility. Unfortunately, your plan failed.
So weird Neo next time.
The Radical Six did escape on New Year's Eve. That failure determined the path you followed. Instead of going along the line that branches out to the right from Point E, you headed straight to Point D. Point D being April 13th of the following year. That was the day that you made your way to Akane's hideout and asked to be put into one of the treatment pods.
He does not have the same voice as Young Sigma. I don't think.
I don't know if we've heard Young Sigma.
Well,
I've been Young Sigma pretty much.
We have. Because in the tape, right?
I'm not sure if that's him.
Why is it so obviously the same voice, though?
I don't know what you're talking about.
The voice who talks to the lady in the tape from the Mars mission test site.
Yeah, I know, but I don't know what you're talking about.
Also Sojiro's voice actor.
I don't remember that. I'm not saying this is like a semantic thing. I literally do not remember.
Another consciousness enters your body around that time from the future.
The Tenmyoji ending, where we listened to the recording of the...
I know the tape. I'm saying I don't remember if that's his voice, so I can't confirm what you're saying. I don't think that was him, though.
You should have watched Anson's version of the playthrough. It really helped enlighten me to some things.
This caused the two versions of you to swap places.
Technically, your voice is a mixture not only of what is physically there, but also your surroundings. You change your accents and stuff to match people around you, and thus if you were raised on say, like a base on the moon, you might have a different voice than somebody who grew up in the middle of America, I guess.
And you moved 45 years into the future, where you woke up on the garden floor. That put you on the line that comes. So if we discount the time you spent in cold sleep, for you, only 3.5 months have passed since that happened.
Sakura's voice actor from Naruto? That is impressive. I actually didn't know that person could get that deep with the voice.
God damn it!
Hey,
I want to hear the plot. I don't even remember anything about this ending.
What if the reasoning for that is that you didn't play it? You just never noticed.
Have I missed anything?
Forgot Sojiro's name, so you just gave him his last name.
No, everything you talked about you got right.
What do you mean by that?
I'm kind of an unknown variable in this equation. You could think of me as a kind of X factor. It's taken me the last 3.5 months to understand it.
I haven't understood anything in the last 3.5 seconds. Could you please explain?
It's kind of like the relationship between classical mechanics and modern physics.
Of course I forgot something.
What?
I forgot to turn the chat box to permanent.
You can't combine velocities with v1 plus v2. v1 plus v2 divided by 1 plus v1 times v2 over c squared is the actual equation.
Okay. Thanks for clearing that up. Fix your fucking chat box.
Okay. All right. Yep. Yep.
All
So
right,
you multiply v1 by v2, divide it by the speed of light squared, add that to 1, and then you divide that into... So I guess the closer the two velocities are to the speed of light would mean the closer that becomes to averaging the two velocities. Well, actually, no, the speed of light... Yeah, each velocity is at the speed of light. Because if they're both the speed of light, then the speed of light squared divided by the speed of light squared would cancel into 1. And then that would be 1 plus 1, and then you would divide the other velocities by 2, which would mean you would just average the original v1 and v2, which would, again, get you back to the speed of light.
Of course, the sort of velocities we encounter in day-to-day life don't come close to being c squared, which is the speed of light squared.
Yeah.
Alright. Carry on.
That means that 1 plus v1 times v2 divided by c squared is usually going to evaluate to something pretty close to 1.
Yeah, which...
Since that would mean dividing by 1, it's usually okay to just skip that step and use v1 plus v2. You see what I'm saying? In most situations, it works, even if it isn't technically correct. So you knew enough to get the stuff you were talking about, right? As long as you stick to that, you won't run into any problems.
I don't quite understand. In fact, I feel like you're dodging my questions.
So was that what you wanted to ask about?
No. What I really want to know is what happened between Christmas and New Year's Eve in 2028. You and Sigma infiltrated the Mars mission test site, didn't you?
Yes.
What happened there? How did Sigma lose his eye and both his arms? And why was Radical 6 in there in the first place? What could a deadly virus have to do with the simulated mission to space?
Sorry, but I can't tell you that.
Why?
Because it would change history. There is a history where the virus didn't escape. That's the line that goes to the right of point E. In that timeline, humanity isn't heading for annihilation, and Earth isn't red. The future is much brighter. But if I tell you what you're asking me right now, then that reality will disappear. You understand?
I don't. Why would all of that disappear if you told me what I want to know?
You're about to go back to the past, right?
The past? Don't be silly. I can't do that.
Then where the hell did you learn all this stuff? I just listened to you tell me a bunch of things you shouldn't have known about. You were sleeping in the pod in the garden. You just woke up. So how can you know all this? You know my past. Sigma's past.
Yeah, I just cut away from that.
I shall give you your answer. You are not Kyle Klein.
Ooh, we're hitting that low frame rate. Low frame rate.
Yeah, I thought that was just a stylistic choice of Akane, but maybe this is an emulator fucking.
No, it's not an emulator. Remember that.
Walk away.
This is a physical. I'm gonna have to clarify this. I'm gonna have to break out the camera, show the physical DS on screen.
You know what I fucking
your body
mean.
is Kyle's, but your consciousness is not.
Something about this is like this is different than every other time it went low frame rate, because it was like stably low frame rate.
Choice. I told you.
They just decided. They decided to put the frame rate at 5 frames per second for only that block of dialogue.
Yeah, dude.
You really believe you are Kyle? Or could you be someone else entirely?
Then, where is the real Kyle's consciousness?
I don't know who I am.
Out when you
I am the milkman.
Right now, in a manner of speaking, he has arrived at December 25th, 2028.
So is he fucking also in the damn
His
sequel?
consciousness has gone into a body from that time.
Oh my god, is he the
doubt you
fucking
know how
amnesiac in the
much
sequel?
the doctor loves Kyle. He raised him on his own.
It's a really shitty father.
Kyle is irreplaceable. Do you really think he would go back to the past and leave Kyle behind here? I know what I told the
Either
others.
fucking he's the amnesiac, or
That
maybe he's just
Kyle
us.
was
Because
Dr.
I don't know who the
Klein's
fucking
spare.
protagonist of the sequel is. Because fuck, dude.
But that was not his only purpose.
I don't know why we would be
Kyle's
getting just some
consciousness
rando ass
is integral
new
to what we
protagonist
are
who's
trying
not
to
involved in any of this
accomplish.
shit.
This new mission begins on Christmas and ends on New Year's Eve 2028. Its purpose will be to infiltrate the test facility and prevent the spread of the virus. For this to happen, Kyle is absolutely necessary.
And that is why he created him?
Yes.
So now that my consciousness has entered his body, the doctor has achieved his objective. Kyle has gone back to 2028 to participate in his mission.
Correct.
There's one thing that troubles me. Kyle was created before reaching point B from point D. That means his body did not exist on Christmas in 2028. Does that mean he has entered my body? Have we just switched places?
I suppose you could put it that way, yes.
That's ridiculous.
So yeah, we don't even know what he's gonna look like. Fucking A.
No,
Yeah,
because
he's
he would be Sigma, wouldn't he?
No, we don't know who this is.
But this person knows all about the things that only Sigma would know.
I know that, but it's just like, then who would Sigma be? Because Sigma is his past self, future self. You know what I mean? He's
Yeah.
old man Sigma. Sigma's old man Sigma at that time period.
Yeah, but what if that's not true and Old Man Sigma is actually not even involved?
Then
What's going
the
to happen to me?
fucking point? Where
I
does
don't-
his consciousness go?
To the Consciousness Dairy Queen to get a Consciousness Blizzard?
You telling me I have to
Just
spend the rest
vibing,
of my
you know?
life here in this box, living in a borrowed body?
No, not at all. You can travel freely through time and space. You are an uncontrolled variable that entered our closed system.
It's the fucking protagonist. It's literally us.
We are an uncontrolled variable that entered their closed system.
We are a
As
mechanic
such,
that
the
exists
rules of this world do not apply
dimensionally to
to
theirs.
I have no idea what...
The rules of the world. We are beyond the scope of anyone else.
Just fucking crack this game cartridge
Like,
over your knee. Show
we-
it what for.
we went from 999 where we could assume that like Akane and Junpei were like the top level psychics, and then we like got here, and we can assume that like Phi and Sigma are the top level psychics, and then this guy is so psychic he doesn't even exist in this plane. He's just a fucking being of chaos made to add randomness. We are entropy. That's what we have become.
Please don't try to play dumb.
We seek only to add chaos to the system.
I know what you are. Surely you must know by now, too. You are about to go into the past and save the world. Phi and Sigma,
he's literally the
even with all of his future knowledge, will need your help.
So then why does the protagonist jump into Kay's body? How?
Because we're here.
Oh, because he doesn't follow the rules. I forgot about that. But then also, how do you account for that?
Wait, you're wondering how he knows all this? Because we know all this. And that's why when we're in the fucking future, he doesn't know all that.
Only you can right the horrible wrongs.
But he
of
learns
our
all that
past.
because it's us. Oh, god damn it.
Only you can save the world.
I don't know if existing only in the English version of the game means it's not
This is the video game. This is this game's equivalent of
no
one
way
of the treasure at the end of the road was friendship all
Yes,
along.
there is.
And then there's like a special
You
credit
have
you,
to.
thank you at the end of it all. It's like
Don't
fucking
you
A.
want to know the truth? Don't you want to know what happened in between Christmas and New Year's Eve in 2028?
Wouldn't it be crazy if we just said, no, Akane, we don't? Just, I take this copy of Zero Time Dilemma sitting on my left and threw it into the fucking trash can.
Well, yes, I do.
We already have Zero Time Dilemma, Scion.
Then you must believe. Reality is shaped by what we believe reality should be. If observation can change the motion of a particle, then how is it odd to think that human thought can shape reality? Your will can change history. The world
So I
will
can
be
light you on
reshaped
fire with
into
my
the
thinking.
one you imagine.
Let me tell you right now, the game that I'm imagining this becoming is not the fucking game that everyone else is imagining this becoming.
Remember what I've told you.
It's just Call of Duty Zombies, but with time travel.
Only
It's actually
you
Paper
can
Mario: The Thousand
change
Year Lisa.
history. Only you can save the world.
My final message: save the world. Goodbye.
End or beginning? What again this time? And with that,
And now go to the fucking flowchart. Woo!
we have
yay!
all the faces that exist on the flow chart.
Yeah, that
We
took
have-
30 minutes pretty much.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're gonna fucking end that there so we can get this VOD uploaded on YouTube. Woo, it was only 30 minutes.
Well,
I'm
okay,
sorry, that
well,
was their time dilemma. Woo!
No, actually, we're gonna take a couple of seconds because
What?
I'm gonna break the fucking universe here. Welcome.
Oh, God!
Physical copy of Zero Time Dilemma. This is a physical DS playing the game that you just saw. We're gonna physically, just because you said, I need to be very clear so that when the Nintendo
So the
Corporation,
internet comes.
when the Nintendo assassins come for me, they will know factually.
Dude, what knees do you have? This is very important.
Oops. I accidentally destroyed the DS. It disintegrated in my hands.
Sorry guys, because we're not doing the first last dilemma.
We are gonna need to reconnect the DS, but I've now
Fucking restart the stream so we can separate the